Gentlemen, we have the story from NBC News. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. posts video he's saying he put a dead bear in Central Park. I can't believe it. I did not believe it. Someone posted, RFK Jr. admitted to dumping a dead bear in Central Park, illegal. Taking a bicycle to stage a bicycle accident, illegal. He's admitting to all of it. So I'm fairly confident. I could be wrong. It is my wholehearted belief, after checking the laws in the city, the state, the county, the federal government, what he has admitted to here with Roseanne is a crime. It may be beyond the statute of limitations, but based on the combination of factors, it may not. So let me play this clip for you. I'll play the clip for you. I got to be honest, guys. It with all due respect, I mean no disrespect to Robert F. Kennedy. His voice, it is hard to listen to. And again, I mean that with the sincerest of empathy. I'm not trying to be mean to the guy, but some people. So if it gets to a point, I'll paraphrase for you.
I was taking a group of people falconing up in Goshen, New York, up in the Hudson Valley. And I was supposed to meet them there at like maybe 8 or 9. I was driving up maybe, really early, like 7. And that woman in a van in front of me hit a bear and killed it, a young bear. So I pulled over and I picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van because I was going to skin the bear. And it was very good condition. And I was going to put the meat in my refrigerator. And you can do that in New York State. You can get a bear tag for a roadkill bear. And so then we went hawking, and I had the bear in my car. And then we had a really good day, and we went late. We were catching a lot of game, and the people really loved it, so we stayed late. And instead of going back to my home in Westchester, I had to go right to the city because there was a dinner at Peter Luger's Steakhouse. And at the end of the dinner, it went late, and I realized I couldn't go home. I had to go to the airport. And the bear was in my car, and I didn't want to leave the bear in the car because that would have been bad. So then I thought, at that time, this was the little bit of the redneck in me. There'd been a series of bicycle accidents in New York. They had just put in the bike lanes. And a couple of people had gotten killed, and it was every day, and people had gotten badly injured. Every day it was in the press. And so I thought, I wasn't drinking, of course, but people
I don't believe him.
were drinking with me who thought this was a good idea. And I said, I had an old bike in my car that somebody had asked me to get rid of it. I said, let's go put the bear in Central Park and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike. It'll be funny for people. So everybody thought, that's a great idea. So we went and did that, and we thought...
I'm sorry, that's a crazy idea. That's nuts.
It would be amusing for whoever found it or something. The next day, it was like... it was on every television station. It was the front page of every paper, and I turned on the TV, and there was like a mile of yellow tape, and there were 20 cop cars. There were helicopters flying over it. And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And then there was some people on TV in Tyvek suits with gloves on lifting up the bike, and they were saying they're going to take this up to Albany to get a fingerprinted. And I was worried because my prints were all over that bike. Luckily, the story died down after a while, and it stayed dead for a decade. And the New Yorker somehow found out about it, and they're going to do a big article on me, and that's one of the articles. So they asked me, the fact checker said, it's going to be a bad story. Right?
I think it's a great story.
Yo, what? RFK Jr. tweets, looking forward to seeing how you spin this one, the New Yorker. Here's the story. Bear found in Central Park was killed by car, officials say. This is from 2014. Someone mentioned that Tatiana Schlossberg is like related to RFK. I don't know that that's true. Is that? I'm going to check if that's true because I'm like, let's see. She is really she was born Tatiana Celia Kennedy. What? She's the daughter of Carolyn Kennedy. Really? Wow. Her parents were, this is okay. So hold on. So Carolyn Kennedy is the daughter of JFK. And so what? That makes her cousin. So this is his like, it would be his cousin, I guess, who wrote this. I don't know. I don't feel like doing the family math to figure this one out. Okay, that is kind of weird, though. The story is the mystery of the bear cub found dead on Monday in Central Park is one step closer to being solved. It was revealed on Tuesday that she died after being hit by a car. The State Department of Environmental Conservation announced that the results of a necropsy showed the death was caused by blunt forces consistent with a motor vehicle collision. It was a bear, 6 months, 44 pounds. The cause of death was almost as anyone seemed to know. Was almost all anyone seemed to know. The initial details of the case were clear. A woman was walking her dog in Central Park when she noticed a dead bear cub, which was lying under some bushes, partially concealed by an abandoned bicycle. The police department's animal cruelty investigation squad began looking into the bear's death, and the cub was taken to Albany for analysis. But the question remains, how did the bear end up in Central Park? Was there foul play involved? Did she die in the park or was she dumped there? Others involved in this investigation had little to add. Interesting. Surging black bear population. So we wanted to bring it up back home. So I did a general search, and dumping a dead wild animal is a crime. I think it's a misdemeanor, and it's like a $10,000 fine or like a couple weeks in jail. So that's all I found. I could be totally wrong about this. I just want to state, however, perhaps staging a hoax makes it a much more serious crime. So there's federal biohazard laws. There's federal waste management laws. There's federal wildlife management laws. Then there's city, state, and county. And apparently this breaks all of them. You cannot take a dead animal roadkill and dump it in a major urban center and then try to cover it up with a bicycle. That's crazy. Just an absolutely crazy story. So, for RFK to be like, looking forward to see how you spin this one, New Yorker, they might just be like, you broke the law? I don't know. Well, here's what NBC wrote. NBC writes, independent presidential candidate RFK acknowledged Sunday, acknowledged, you mean admitted, confessed, that he abandoned a young dead bear in Central Park after he initially planned to skin the cub for meat. Skin the cub for meat? I think he wanted to skin it for its skin, but whatever. Kennedy explained it. Kennedy described the schedule as running late. We get it. He described thinking about a series of bicycle accidents. I wasn't drinking, of course. I don't know if I believe that. We thought it would be amusing for whoever found it or something, Kennedy said, adding the move instead garnered massive media attention. He did not specify when the incident took place. A dead bear was found there. Okay, we get it. I think he just admitted to it. RFK has been one of the wildest political presidential candidates I think we've ever had. I don't know that this story matters, to be completely honest. It certainly makes him sound like a fun guy to hang out with, though I don't recommend dumping dead animals in the park. So let me try something. Let's pull up our good friend ChatGPT. Not that ChatGPT gets everything right, mind you. Let's ask it. Is dumping a dead bear in Central Park illegal? Yes, it is illegal to dump a dead bear in Central Park. The action would likely violate multiple laws, including those related to, which laws would it break? Let's zoom in. Dumping a dead bear in Central Park would likely break several laws, including environmental conservation laws, public health, littering, park regulations, animal cruelty, site-specific code. Come on, give me the actual code. Prove to me. New York State Environmental Conservation Law, ECL, Article 11. ECL 11-0535. No person shall dispose of or attempt to dispose of any carcass or part thereof of any fish, bird, or animal in any manner not authorized by the department. Well, okay. New York City, Code 16-1181. No person shall litter, throw, drop, or otherwise place any dirt, paper, debris, or the rubbish or refuse of any kind whatsoever upon the street, park, public place. Well, okay, that's littering. What is that, like a $500 fine? New York City Health. The owner or person in control of a dead animal shall not allow it to remain upon a street, public place, or any premise for more than 3 hours after its death. Okay. And then Parks and Recreation. No person shall throw, drop, allow to fall, deposit, or leave any litter. I do like that's, okay, what's the penalty? I bet it's nothing. I bet it's simple fines. That's why he's coming out with this story and acting like it's no big deal. So the first one, it's a $250 fine and 15 days. The next one is $50 to $250. The next one could be $1,000 per offense and $1,000 for the park rules. All right. Does it violate any federal law? Dumping a dead bear in Central Park might violate federal statutes, the Lacey Act. The federal law prohibits trafficking in illegal wildlife, including parts and products. If the bear was obtained illegally or is an endangered or protected species, the law could apply. I don't know that it actually matters to that. Nah. Okay, how about this? What if I staged a bike accident to cover up my involvement? Staging a bike accident to cover up the illegal dumping of a dead bear in Central Park would introduce several additional legal violations, including obstruction of justice, 18 U.S.C. 1512. Tampering with witnesses, victims, or informants is prohibited. I don't know if that would make sense, right? In New York, obstructing a governmental administration. So, okay. Perjury or false statements. Insurance fraud, conspiracy. Yo. Okay. What if this happened 10 years ago? Could I get in trouble? The potential for getting in trouble for an incident that happened 10 years ago depends. Well, I want you to actually tell me. So a 5-year statute on federal crimes, 255. So it looks like the statute of limitations is well beyond. However, that being said, my friends, the question of statute of limitations is actually from the discovery of the crime, not from when the crime took place. It is often misunderstood by many people that they think if someone dies, it's like a murder. 10 years later, you can come out and say, aha, I did it. And that it's too late. The statute of limitations is over. No, it's from the discovery of the crime. So like, then you admit to it. They say, okay, now that we know a crime was committed. So there is the potential, and I'm not a lawyer, that if they believe it was a murder and they investigate it and they can't figure it out, the crime was committed, they know, statute of limitations may be up. But I believe it is that they know you did it. So let me ask, define statute of limitations. ChatGPT coming in with the answers, which I got to be honest, most of them are probably wrong anyway. Maximum time after an event within which legal proceedings may be initiated varies by jurisdiction. When the period specified in statute of limitation expires, the claim can only be filed and the party responsible cannot be prosecuted. The purpose is to ensure fairness. So my understanding is that the real issue is that if they know you did it, but they don't want to bring charges for whatever reason, they don't think they can win or they don't have the evidence, and they choose not to, they can't do it after a certain point because that would be unfair. What I can only tell you is it's a weird story, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to leave it there. So, smash. What is someone? FFP says the bear story is a nothing burger, Tim. He clearly said he wanted to skin it for its meat. Against the law, ridiculous. Dude, dumping a dead animal in Central Park is illegal. I think it's only a small fine, like I mentioned, but it's legit a crime. Like either way, it's weird. I think it's a great story, by the way. I think it's funny that he told the story, and he's a wild guy. There you go. Next segment will be coming up at 6 p.m. on this channel. And then, of course, Timcast IRL at 8 p.m. So smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, follow me on X at Timcast. And I think we've got this next one. Iman Khalif declares, I am a woman. And we'll talk about the current controversy and betting odds, money to be made, as biological males, allegedly, biological males, are going to be fighting in the Olympics for the gold medal, but not against each other. And not quite yet. They still got to defeat some more fighters. But I'll wrap up this one. That next segment will be coming up soon.